we communicate a lot. If you have not been in our email database system lately, or if you've just gotten on board, it depends on where you're at in us getting you into the system. You will get inundated with a lot of communication. So you may just now be getting in from a video shot of me at Freedom or something, and you may be going, haven't really at this point gotten a lot of communication. Well, you're about to get a lot. You're about to get a lot, and I think the more the better. If it's and again, if you're not getting This Week in Band from this week on, you're not on the right email list. There's a weekly email that we send out called This Week in Band, but that's probably going to be covered in one of the mini slides. Tonight we're going to go over, and I'm only here for part of this, and then I'm going to go back to the students. And we're having a great time. There's about 130 of them in the gym right now, having a wonderful time. And so I'm going to be here for a short period with you. Introductions. I do want to, if that was that this on the introductions?
What's that? No, that's the next slide.
Okay, that's the next slide. Never mind. All right, that just showed you that. Okay, so thanks. All right, so as far as it's just me, if you've come from other band programs and stuff, you might have been a part of programs that had assistant band directors. That's a novel concept. One that I don't have. It is solely me, but I do lean on a lot of wonderful instructors and the second name that I'm going to mention here in a minute, and wonderful parent leaders that really help the program to run. It takes an army to run the village, okay? So I'm very grateful. Next to Director of Bands, there is our Color Guard sponsor who is new starting this year. She was in training this past season for the position, and her name is Miss. She is currently with the students up there in charge right now, but when you meet her and get to see her, her name is Sydney Hans, and she's our Color Guard sponsor. So we're excited to have her. Yep. Our wonderful booster organization is led by 4 executive officers. All that big title means is there's still no paycheck. It just means that when it comes time to make certain decisions, they're the main ones. We do vote for things, but they also have underneath them an umbrella of different committees that work with them. But our serving, and this was official as of April 1st, was when they just got installed for a year-round process, April 1 to April 1. Taking over the King of the Hill, our Band Booster president, is Miss Nicole Darden. Our vice president, and Nicole is moved up from the treasurer position, so she was the most important person, and now she's just the president. No, I'm just kidding. But Ruben is moving up from our secretary to our vice president. Ruben, if you've wondered who does our website and the wonderful flyers and some social media stuff, and he's videoing tonight in 4K. That is the guy that is now going to be our vice president, and that is Ruben Melendez. Our new most important person on the executive office is our treasurer, Christy Harper. And filling the role of our booster secretary, wonderful parent, Miss Mindy Hagan. Okay, so there's always the question of dates, and the sooner you can get the dates, the better. I know. I'm a parent of a travel baseball kid, and as soon as we can fill up our schedule, the more depressed we'll become. So this is our band calendar. It is a living calendar. We change it often to update it with specifics. Like we may tell you reserve the date, but then we'll go in and we'll say, all right, here's now the times for it. So if you go to our band website, That's a long link down there. But if you go to theband@whs.com, you don't have to do the rest, do you? But anyway, theband@whs.com, you'll be able to toggle to the calendar. Beautiful calendar. These calendars can be linked to your phone. I am not the quickest person to tell you how to do that one. But we have people in here that will be able to connect it to sync to your calendars. Okay.
If you're on this on your phone, there's a button for it.
We have people that can tell you how to do that. Okay. Oh, I need to get the staff out real quick because they've just gotten a phone call that they got to help serve pizza. Real quick, staff. Miss Justine Limo here is our head of percussion. She's been with us for quite a while. She is alumnus of our program, music education degree from West Georgia College, former Woodstock Elementary School music teacher, now runs a music company downtown Woodstock called Sing First, called Sing First. But wonderfully talented, leads our percussion program. The next person is our color guard director, Mary Drew McCoy. Mary Drew McCoy is a graduate of the University of Georgia, where she did all things color guard and winter guard, and is going to be in her first year as director of color guard. Is also an alumnus of Woodstock High School, and we just love Mary Drew. So there you go. Jacob Borland is an alumnus of Woodstock High School. He is our visual instructor. Like I said, marched in the Cavaliers Drum and Bugle Corps, and is currently what's your job?
I'm a dietitian at Grady Hospital.
There we go. So, Jacob, thank you. Michael Terry Michael Terry is an alumnus of Woodstock High School. Old school. He's Michael does the arranging of the music. He does the drill writing, and he is one of our he is our main brass instructor, and has a long lineage of. He has his music degree from he started Columbus, Kennesaw State University, has a music education degree, and extensive drum corps experience, March Cadets, and works currently with Boston Crusaders Drum and Bugle Corps. So we're very glad to have Michael Terry here. Zach Carr is one of our battery instructors for our Woodstock High School. Zach graduated from just up the road from Creekview High School, and so and is a graduate of Kennesaw State University, and does currently data analytics. So Zach Carr. Kyle, Zach marched Boston Crusaders, Drum and Bugle Corps. So these are all very talented people up here. And then there's me. And then Kyle Cunningham is another battery instructor for our drum line. Kyle graduated from Oxford High School in Alabama, and then. Well, it's over by the college. And then we both went to the same college. He went to Jacksonville State University in Alabama, went over there, and then he also marched in the Spirit of Atlanta Drum and Bugle Corps, and is a wonderful asset to our percussion program. So Kyle Cunningham. And that's it. We have additional, I'm going to mention that. We have additional instructors that couldn't make it tonight. We have Mason Upshaw, who is a woodwind instructor. He's a current music ed major at Kennesaw State University. He couldn't make it tonight. We have an assistant color guard person that is going to be announced later, so I'm going to save that announcement for when it's official, and then we can tell everybody about that. There are two individuals also that you're going to see around with the marching band program this year that is something that our school is piloting. The county actually, we had to take it all the way to the county for approval. It is a student mentorship program where it's basically where we're taking students who are going to be music educators and we're training them under our close scrutiny and watching them to be a future music educator and teacher. It's not their student teaching experience, but they are under our watchful eye of training them to be a future teacher. And they're going to be in the area of percussion. These two students that you'll see are Owen Keel and Austin Kramer. So we had to do a lot of homework to get this pilot started. So we are real excited. If it's successful, then other high schools will be able to, after this year, start taking advantage of this situation. So we're really excited to be a pilot school for this. But Owen and Austin are both products of the Woodstock High program. So we're just trying to teach somebody to do my job someday, right? And that's how it is. So that's it. So thank you to our staff. Next slide. Oh, I think we skipped a screen. Go back. Or no, okay, that was it. Okay. All right. Probably two most important things, or two really important things that you'll get tonight. One is the fact that with any activity at all the schools in the county is you have to turn in the right paperwork, okay? It doesn't matter if you're band, football, cheerleader, baseball, whatever the activity is we've got to know that you're healthy and we're able to put you out in the outdoor weather and not have to risk things like heart murmurs or things like that, which do come up from time to time. A doctor will discover something and they will treat it and then they'll get clearance to say, okay, they're good to go. So the paperwork is turned into the county and it has changed every year for the last couple of years. Currently, if you're with us before, we used an app and a process called a Healthy Roster. We are changing this year to a new program called Rank 1, the county is. We are currently at Woodstock, myself and Ms. Hands, our color guard director, we haven't officially attended the training on it, but we've been given the directions for it. There is basically, it's pretty self-explanatory once you get into the app and you look at the tutorial videos which we've sent out or we're sent out already of how to upload your physicals and information. I do know that, like I said, we're going to go through another training to work through any kinks and bugs on it. But basically, I'm not going to read this all to you. It is really, in a nutshell, what that says is it's a good, safe, private way to where we can follow HIPAA and get your information uploaded for the county so that only eyes only who need to see it. Now, there's certain information that I'm privy to, like I need to know if you're diabetic. I need to know if you're allergic to bees and you have an EpiPen. Those kind of things I will always get to see. But a lot of those forms, they're uploaded so that we're compliant with all those 4 or 5 acronym, little HIPAA, FIPA, FERPA, all that good stuff. And probably the most important part of this is down here in the red, and I know you in the back can't see it, but it basically says, well, it does say, physical examinations will be good for 12 months from the date of the exam. The exception, any physical examination taken on or after April 1 in the preceding year will be accepted until that school ends classes the next spring or concludes its final spring sports season for those participating students. Yeah, if you do multiple sports, we have kids that are involved in multiple sports on campus. So when they do it for marching band, the good thing is it's at the beginning of the year. If they go and try out for baseball later, they've already done it. They're in the system. They're good to go. So that is a good thing with that.
And if you need help, there's those of us that have already done it. We can help you load it.
Yeah, so there is an app that you can that you'll upload, and then you'll download it, and then you'll download it. I know what I'm saying, and then you upload your paperwork into it. It's very similar to the other where you're taking pictures. Do make sure on the physicals that you don't go and get it without using one of the school county physical forms for the doctors to sign. There's a specific form that the county needs to be signed. That is on the website. It's on the website. Because if you go, they're just going to give you their form, and we're going to turn you back and say, nope, you've got to go back and have them sign this. So there is a form that they need to sign, and make sure they do all the signatures. There's a couple places. There's one on the front that'll say at the end of date of examination, signed date. Just really take a look at that, because the last thing we want to do is say, it got declined, you didn't get a signature on page 2. So just make sure that you get all those signatures that you need. Okay? It's pretty much, am I missing anything? Okay.
Yep, you're good.
I'm good.
The form, you said it's on the website. Is that on the band at WHS, or is it on
The band at WHS,
or is it on the Rank 1 app? The form.
the form to get the
If you go to the website,
go to the website, yeah, real quick.
Sorry.
The form for the doctors, I know what you're saying.
and then rank 1.
Click on, hey, yeah, hold on just real quick. Main web page right here, all the way this tab says rank 1. And once you click on it, scroll, I think the screen's touched.
Okay.
And then physical form, English, Spanish. This tells you how to create an account. It's a tutorial, how to complete online forms with rank 1. This was all, we didn't create this, the county did. So, but use it, it's really informative.
If you signed up for the north side physicals on the 15th,
Yep.
do they already, is that the form that they're sending, or do I need to have this form as well?
Should be the form that they're already sending. If you do the,
It's the same form.
it should be the same.
Yeah, if you click on it, you'll see it's the same form.
The county does, in the school systems, they will do these, and if you can get into those, and they're hard to get into because all the sports are trying to get a slot and get a reservation. If you get into those, it's real quick. They immediately will do a lot of this. But if you go to your doctor or doc in the boxes or whatever, that's cool. It'll just take an extra step for you to get it uploaded. But if you do it through the school system, they pretty much will do it already for you. Yeah, they do it for you, not pretty much. They do it. Yeah. But again, it's hard to find those dates. We did have one that came up. I think they're booked.
No, they opened up more spots.
Oh, they opened up more spots, and it's this Saturday.
Here. This Saturday
So
here at Woodstock.
this Saturday, and where could people in here go to see the sign-up dates on that?
In the newsletter.
In the newsletter.
Yeah, go back up to
Okay, so.
Okay,
home.
go to home. Yeah. Okay, so if you go on our band website, you can see our old newsletters on the right side. I tell you, these newsletters are pretty incredible. They do it, not me. It's great.
And then
So if you scroll down the newsletter, rank 1,
past that, right?
Register for
This part here.
register for physical fair. Click on one of those and it'll take you to the registration. And they just said there's a couple dates. They've opened up more spots. How much is it? I don't
This
remember.
one's starting out with
20?
You gotta pay in advance.
Yeah, you have to register and pay in advance.
And you have to come with that form filled out, he said.
And it has to be signed by the parent.
Come with that form filled out, signed by the parent. Okay. I'm going to head back up with the students. I'll be around. Once I say goodnight to them and dismiss them at 8 o'clock, I'm going to come back down towards the band room. If you need me, feel free to email or call. No, don't call because voicemail here is not great. Email me, and I look forward to meeting all of you eventually one at a time. All right? Take care. Good night.
The sign-in sheet is going around, so if you haven't had a chance to check it off, if you would just do that. And also, I know there's a lot of information being thrown at you. This will obviously it's all being videotaped, So we'll have the video and the PowerPoint slideshow by Monday on the main webpage, so you can just refer to that. So you don't have to take so many notes.
Quick side note, if you are a procrastinator like I am, or you can't get into the doctor in time, the Walmart has that doctor's office in there, and it's $25, and they have appointments all the time.
And the CVS Minute Clinic does it too for
Yeah,
$40.
so it's super easy, because I waited till the last minute every year, and I just go into Walmart.
Trowbridges.
She's recruiting.
When is that due?
When is that due? Okay, so Color Guard for their tryouts, or their clinic and their tryouts is April 24th.
Okay.
Band season starts June 6th for them, but we don't have to have it for percussion, right? Are we needing it for the clinic? Because we already started that.
I believe we do because it started.
Okay. So June 6th, main date for marching band. And just to be honest with you, if you had a kid that marched in this program 2-3 years ago that you're like, it's fine, I'll get it to him maybe June 15th, your kid can't come in. We can't even let them in the doors. We have to stand at the door and say, no, I'm sorry, you're out. And that's no fun for them or fun for you because you just want to drop and go. So.
One that already did soccer during the spring season, is it good for a year, they said?
It's for a full year.
So she,
Yeah, so like if you do the appointment this Saturday, April 15th next year, it'll expire.
yeah.
So you'll have to redo it then.
Okay, thank you.
All right, this week in band, this is our main newsletter that we go out. It goes out during marching season, goes out Sunday evenings, Tuesday mornings during concert season. Important news, schedule, key updates, volunteer, it's all in the newsletter. Social media, I think most of you probably already know. We have 2 Facebook pages, a closed Facebook photography page that's run by a former parent. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, those are all out there on the main webpage too, so you can access it. General questions, this is the email that goes straight to the secretary, and she handles all of the general questions that you have. Payments, finance questions go to Christy, the treasurer. And if you have any other question for any of the chairs, if you go to the boosters page, everyone's email is in there. Some of the kids were, oh, go ahead.
I was just saying, if you go back one, there's a lot of Facebook pages like we had.
Oh, yeah. So this is the one that's run by Bob. This is the parents page. It's kind of run by a couple of us. And the Color Guard, they run their own. And Instagram and Twitter is run by us as well.
And the photography page, Scott Bradenberg, you have to ask him
Right,
permission
right.
to join the page, but once he does not care if you upload his photos. He does that for us for free. So if you see him around, thank him, because he doesn't have a kid in our program anymore, and he shows up to all sorts of things for us, including competitions. So.
Absolutely. MTK does not recognize student CCSD email accounts. So if they want to be put into the system to get updates and to be on the mailing list, they have to use like a Yahoo or Gmail. They can't use their Cherokee school account.
And if your kid's taking AP classes anyways,
Yeah.
they already have one. They have to have AP classroom.
The band at WHS.com, main webpage, forms registration, payments, information links, everything is right there. We try to update it daily if we can, obviously. But if something comes through that's before the next edition of the newsletter, we'll send out an email. And if something's changed, if a date or time has changed, we'll always send out an email to let you know what's going on. But that's the band at WHS.com is the hub of all of our information. Next. Any questions about communications? No, I don't think so. finance is next, right?
No, because there's clip one more.
Oh.
There we go.
Oh, is this me too? Oh, okay. For elected
Real
officers,
organized.
committee chairs and members, main mission, to provide volunteers for the many things that we have going on throughout the year. Provide operational support, transport and county construction. Everything you see on the field, off the field, is all done through parents. And obviously we need volunteers for everything we do. Raise additional funds for the program, which is all of our fundraising initiatives throughout the year. Organize events and support the director. Like you said, he doesn't have an assistant, so it's just him and the booster club to get things done. And our monthly mandatory care meetings that are mandatory, so you'll know what's going on. We have those every month.
Well, and Bob wasn't kidding. When your kid's season starts in June, your season starts too. We need you from June until November, and we'll send out plenty of opportunities for you. And we'd like to get to know you. We're a band family. It's not just the four of us running everything. We like suggestions. We like to put that out to people because we need you. That you're a huge part of this program, and we love your kids, but you know your kids the best. So.
All right, the money part. All right, so we are a non-for-profit organization, and so we run really tight margins, and we want to make sure we are able to do all of the cool things that your kids sign up for band to do. So the registration costs $700, and that though only covers about 64% of our budget. So that means that there's a lot of fundraising that has to occur throughout the season, and you'll be asked to participate in that. And so just be aware, we'll talk a lot more about what those various fundraisers are, but I just wanted to take this opportunity to highlight how important they are to the success of the program. So please sign up and participate in those things. When you register your child, you will see the last page, I think, has the $700 registration fee. At that point, you can pay it in full. That is 100% okay. We'll take you up on that. Otherwise, you can follow this payment schedule. So if you intend to pay in increments, be sure to mark your calendar with these dates. And you can pay through a check through your child, then you drop it off in the band room, or you can pay through using a credit card online. There is a fee associated with that, but it is an option for convenience. Reminders for these payments do go out to the primary contact for each student. So just keep that in mind that we have one email address that will receive these requests. So if you co-parenting or need to forward them on, be sure to be mindful of that and forward those to the right party so we can get those payments made timely. Next one. Okay, so their $700 fee covers a lot of what is needed for your student to march, but there are additional costs, and so we wanted to kind of highlight that here so that there's no surprises. One thing I wanted to kind of take a minute to talk about is this meal plan, because your students will have late games, they're going to be at competitions, which sometimes covers 2 or 3 meals. So there's a lot of times where your kid will need to get fed while they're in the middle of the band program. Like I said, away games or competitions. We offer the meal plan so that you don't have to worry about it. We have 2 great parents who make sure these kids are fed and nobody gets hangry. So consider participating in that one. Call out is we can accommodate kind of omnivores and then vegetarians. If your kid is really picky eater or has very complex dietary restrictions, this probably isn't going to be a good option, so just know that going in, that we have some limitations, but it's a great program and something I take advantage of to not worry about. So these are the additional expenses. You'll see these in your registration form as well, so you don't have to memorize them right now. Yes, ma'am.
When do we do the seniors radar?
Those occur throughout the year, so the time, they'll be in This Week in Band. This Week in Band, you'll hear us all say that 14,000 times today. So it'll be in This Week in Band when it comes up, and then there'll be a link to order it that way.
What was she asking about?
The senior banners.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So like the banners are at the beginning of the year. Those of us that are senior parents right now are buying the cords for the kids. That's what we're seeing come through. Senior banners, we cannot stress this enough. It is optional, but when we put them up on the football field, just like the football team and the cheerleaders and everything else, and your kid does not see their picture up there because you've opted out of that, please explain that you opted out of it and that we did not, because there are friends that get upset and they're like, why did you not take my picture? We wanted to. We did. So, and mine is hanging up at my house right now for my kid, and he loves it. So this is the first time that we've ever done this. I worked 4 years to get this, and now from now on we have senior banners. Winter Guard got a senior banner too, so all the things. Get those seniors up.
Okay, one more slide for me. So donations, we can accept monetary donations, of course, but then also donations of skills and brain power. A call out, currently, if you have a tax accounting brain power that you can bring to our group, we would love to talk to you about that. So just keep in mind that there's a lot of ways to contribute to the program, and it doesn't have to be money. Through volunteering, donations of other types is helpful. So we also always strive to make sure that money's not a thing that keeps a kid out of the marching program. So just participating in all of our fundraisers and things like that is what really helps us ensure that all of the kids get to participate each year. So that's our goal. So please participate in those things, and like Mindy was saying, volunteering will be a huge part of bringing us all along. So that's all for me.
So 2 things I wanted to touch on that Christy mentioned. First of all, fundraisers. I know when anybody says that word, I'm like, oh, jeez. We really try to do things that are things people want to participate in. We're not going to send a kid knocking on doors selling gift wrap. So you can just let that go. In fact, we have a wonderful parent that owns Point Capamoo. We sell Boston Butts in the fall, and that is the best. Like, definitely buy yourself at least one. Split it up in meals, throw it in your freezer, and you'll thank us during band season when you forget to make dinner. Christy mentioned you can send checks with your student to school. I just want to let you know there is a white box, we call it the white box, in the band room, and it's a lockbox. Christy's the only one that has the combination, so once they drop it in, Mr. Lear can't get it out, other students can't get it out, so it is a secure way if you trust your student to get it from the car to the box.
Yeah, actually, none of our staff is allowed to touch your child's money. So if your kid tries to hand it to them, they're going to back up and say, no, white box.
And please don't send cash. That's for our protection and for yours. Okay, membership toolkit was new to us last year. This is the first year we've done like a year-end rollover into the new year, so there are still a few little hiccups. Thank you, Tasha Lamar, for alerting me to a few this morning. Jeremy. So if something wonky comes up, please don't hesitate to email one of us, probably me, because I've probably been the one to set it up. But I'm going to hit on a few highlights. Again, this is being recorded, so you can go back to the recording to refer, but highlights.
And if you're looking for the app, this is the picture.
Like.
That's the picture you're looking for.
And I would recommend getting the app. Sometimes things don't work well on the app, but NTK works great on your
calendar. Works great on it.
Next. Okay, so when you go to log in, veteran parents, if you already have an account, please do not create another account. You'll just log in and it will tell you as of April 1st, if you've been in there, you've seen it says your information's outdated. This happens to everybody. It's an MTK thing. We have to have it current every year. So just update your information and you're good to go. Okay, so this is what you'll see if you do need to create an account. And also I should mention, if you belong to another organization like a PTA that uses Membership Toolkit, you can log in with that account and then go to our band's website and you'll be able to register. Okay, so this is what you'll see when you create an account. So you just fill in the information, you set your own password, and then you click verify my email. Go ahead to the next one. It will send you an email, but please be aware, don't do that unless you're ready to go through the whole process, because the link is only good for 2 hours. So you'll have to do it all over again anyway. When you go back in, it's going to ask you for your password. It's the same one that you just set, so write it down. And then you'll come back, success, yay, you have your account. And then you will see this, parent and student information. That's your very first step. So you'll click there. It's going to tell you a few things, you know, what the app looks like, calendar, how to set your Kroger and Publix to donate to the band. And then you'll scroll down and you'll just answer the questions for your student. Few things to note. If you enter an email address for your student, which we hope you will, because the kids love using MTK, but they will not get the emails if they don't have an email address in here, and they can't use, the school system blocks anything they consider to be unsafe, and we tried to get MTK as a safe user, but they said no. So just be sure that that's a valid email. Make sure that this grade level is set for the upcoming school year, not what we're currently in. And then as a quick check, you can make sure their grad year is correct. And I'm going to go through and make sure everybody's lines up. Winter activity, go back one. Certain things reset April 1st. So when you go in, these will probably be blank. So veteran parents feel like, I checked that my kid played saxophone. You're going to have to recheck it because sometimes kids change. Sometimes they do color guard instead of marching. But for winter activity, please leave that blank because those are auditioned activities and they'll have to obviously re-audition for next winter. Okay, and that's it. Obviously, make sure you have an emergency contact. If you forget anything, MTK will tell you you've made an error, and it will highlight in yellow what you've missed. Okay, so this is the next step. You'll get to what you want other parents to be able to see when they click on the directory. So you get to pick and choose whether or not people see your home address and your email and your phone number and all that. This is a school district thing. We have to have your consent for pictures of your kid. You know, you've seen this before with other school activities. Once you've successfully completed that part, you will have these 2 green check marks. Don't proceed until you have your 2 green check marks. If you're unable to get them, something's wrong, contact one of us and we'll help you through it. Once you have the 2 green check marks, and I think it has red X's if you don't, right? Okay. So it's really clear. Step 2 is to click on this forms required for the 23-24 marching season. Once you click on that, it's going to step you through a few forms, one of which is allergy and medical information. That's completely separate from rank 1. Our form is for Abby, or you?
Yeah, Abby's back there.
Where is she? Okay, Abby Keel. She is our wonderful chaperone / first aid chairperson. She's been doing this for years. But she is the one that really needs to know what can your kid have ibuprofen if they're out on the field and they hurt, whatever. So that information is very important. We try, again, to keep it, only people who need to see it will see it. The last form that you'll come to is marching band and color guard dues. So most importantly is make sure that in the quantity you have a 1 selected for each of 3 payments. This is not saying that you're making this payment right now, it's just adding the order to your account. So you'll put in quantity 1, you'll click save and check out, and then the next screen will allow you to pay as much as you want. Again, if you want to pay the whole $700 and get it over with, and that's great. If you don't, you do have to pay a minimum of $25. So again, if you're not prepared to do that, don't start this process yet because it'll kind of get hung up if you don't pay something there. You can go ahead and make the full first payment of $300. You can pay $25 and then $25 next week and $25 the week. We really don't care as long as the first $300 is completely paid by May 19th, the second by June 16th, and the third by July 14th. And we'll repeat those dates in This Week in Band. You will also have the option when you tell the system how much you want to pay, you can put that amount in there, but then click pay by check. That way it'll allow you to proceed and you can send your check to school and you won't get caught up in the system.
And for the parents that have already paid for a percussion clinic, or the parents that are about to pay for color guard clinic, that $25 is not that. That's totally separate. That has to be paid before your child can participate.
I have a question. I couldn't quite hear. So if we pay by check, do you want us to add it that way and say that we'll pay by check?
Yes, please. Yep, because it has to, MTK refers to everything you guys pay as an order. So in order to get that order attached to your student's account, it has to be done through this form.
Yes.
If we have a licensed ninth grader, so they have access to the white box or whatever, and we have an issue with MTK, or we need to pay by check, what's the best way to go about it?
Do not mail it to the school. If you have a current student, you can send it with them. Otherwise, email Christy or myself. You know, we live close enough by, I'm sure we can make an arrangement for something. Yep. Somebody else had a question.
That was really nice.
Okay, great. Okay, so this is the allergy and health information form that I was referring to. So again, you'll just fill that in, and click next, and you'll be good to go. Okay, occasionally, for meal plan, for example, we need you to say you're getting the meal plan or you are opting out. Because in the past, we've had some issues with, oh, I wanted the meal. Well, you didn't pay for it, so we're not going to feed your kid. Or we don't know your kid was supposed to be fed. So if you choose the $0 item, it's still an item in your cart and you need to check out for $0. Does that make sense? So anytime you log in, you'll see if there's something in your cart, it'll tell you how many items and for how much. So if you ever see a $0 item, just go in there and check out to clear it out. And then once you're through this process, or for veteran parents, if you want to see anything you need to pay, any forms that you need to complete, you just hover over My Account. And then the drop down will have, I think it says previous payments and amounts due, or something like that for orders. And it'll say My Forms and Paperwork for any forms. You'll also see, can you go to the website?
Yep, but this doesn't show rank 1 forms though, right? We can't put that on there, right?
I know, other than the, like, taking them to the rank 1.
Yeah.
I've totally forgotten what I was gonna look for.
Your
Oh,
account.
if you scroll down, this isn't anybody's account, so it's, okay. Anyway, when you log in, down here, you'll see, when you click on My Account, you'll see a section that has forms. And I try to make it, like senior boards, you're only gonna see the form if you're a senior parent. So I try to keep things very specific to your student. Shoes, okay, yeah. So information forms are generally things like just business forms at the bottom. This is on Ruben's because he's an EC member, but it won't appear on somebody else's who's not. So I try to keep it specific, but if you're ever not able to see a form, please let me know, because either something is checked wrong for your student or I didn't do the form correctly. Okay, we're done. No.
Says it is.
Was there any more, or is Yep.
Okay. That, again, rank 1 does not show up on there, but if you download rank 1 and go into your student after you've loaded your student and it has forms, it will say in green, it says your kid's completed, and then you have nothing else. Once your kid's no longer eligible, then it reds it out again, and you can figure that out. But rank 1 is totally separate from MTK, so you're going to have 2 apps. Like we were saying, 64% of our program is covered by your fees. The rest of it we have to do with fundraising. Things that we do are Schottenkirk raffle tickets. Not this year, unfortunately, but last year a Woodstock kid won the Jeep. So, I mean, there is a chance that you can win it. And the best part about Schottenkirk is all that money stays in our program. So after you've sold your 10 tickets, we split the rest of the proceeds with you. So if you sell 20 additional tickets, half of that goes back into your account. Bingo night is huge for us. Oh, perfect. Bingo night is huge for us. What were we, 8,000 this last? Was it 8,000?
It's closer to 7,500.
Okay, so $7,500 came in for our bingo night, and that is not just our parents participating. We have people all over coming in. We did not do it during COVID year. We had disappointed people all over the place. They come back. We have excellent prizes. We have Braves packages valued at $500. We have we had a Lego thing that was worth $300. And there's adult prizes and there's kids prizes, and then we have door prizes.
Not
and we have
adult prize.
Okay. Silent Legos. And then we have, well, that was Michael Terry. Michael Terry was in that one. We also have silent auction options. So that's something you need to think about. You're like, oh, I'm not really a concession stand person. I'm really not into building props. But hey, my company is willing to donate something to bingo. Keep us in mind, because we will need it. This is usually about into January, February timeframe that we do this. Football concession stand. Football has one concession stand. We have the other concession stand. Ours is the Jam. We have some of the best food, and I'm not just saying that, it's been said around the schools. So if you feel like that's where your time is best suited, we definitely will take you. Katrina is our concession stand person. She's up serving the kids right now. We need your help. We serve at every football game, and I think, concession stand netted us, over $10,000 this year? Was it?
I don't think it was that high.
It was close.
Yeah, I don't have the numbers with me.
So that's a huge fundraiser for us as well. So we need a lot of people to run that. Taste of Woodstock, that was started by a former president of our band program that still allows us to keep that. And what we go down there and do is our kids will sell water and drinks, and we are the only ones allowed to sell water and any type of drinks. We have the band play, and we stay all night. It's a good thing, and we get a portion of the ticket sales too, and that comes directly to our band. Oink Cackle Moo. Jeremy? Oh, Mrs. Jeremy Powell. I say that because she will be recognized as something else later, but Jeremy has his own business, and he donates a portion of the butts sales to our program. He and the kids sit out in the parking lot and smoke the butts that you have ordered, and that's a huge portion to us because he doesn't charge us any fees but what he gets charged. So it's a huge deal, and they're delicious. I have a family of 5, and I can take one of them and divide it into 3, and that's 3 meals for us. So good seller for itself. And if you haven't tried it, it's sold at our concession stand, so you are more than welcome to try it out and see what you think. The kids love the mac and cheese, just saying. We have spirit nights. We try not to harass you too much, but we try and do one spirit night a month, including throughout the winter guard season too, and we'll be starting it for band season in April, because we have Hot Dog Factory. Hot Dog Factory over in off of East Cherokee there.
Next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday. So we've already started, and what you do is you just go in, tell them you're with the band, you don't have to cook that night, and we get a portion of the sales. And they're doing all day for us. 11 to 8, and we get 15% of the sales. May not seem like a lot, but like our Your Pie nights have gotten us anywhere from $350 to $400 just into the program, which is half a student's tuition if you're going for a comparison. Then we also have pictures. If you've been in the program back 5 years or so, whatever, we had terrible pictures. And the yearbook didn't like to include the band. So we hired Smacks Photography, and Jay is amazing. He takes wonderful photographs of all of our kids. This last year, we got 3 pages in the yearbook because of Jay's pictures. This year, I don't know how many pages we're going to get, but they accept those, and they're actually, it's good. It's advertisement for our band, but it's also a small fundraiser for our band as well. They're great pictures. Bob requires all of the kids to show up. We do all section pictures. We do an entire band picture, and every kid has to have their picture taken. The nice part for you is you don't have to be up here. All you have to do is download his app, or not even download his app. You just text him. He sends you the pictures directly. You order, they come to you. You don't have to do anything. So it makes it really easy.
Our band actually wins stuff.
Yeah. Just saying. In case you weren't aware, we were grand champions last year. Just saying. Okay. Another fundraising program that we have that also contributes to your account specifically is our flag program. This again was something that goes through one of our former presidents. You sign up with Amanda. She will get you a route. They're not routes far away. Most of them are in Bridgeville.
They're all in Bridgeville.
Yeah. And you get so many flags that you have to put up during 7 holidays. Okay? You sign a contract. If you do not complete your whole contract, we take the money back. But if you complete the whole contract, you get a portion of the sales. So $225 goes into our scholarship program. Like Christy said, we don't want to turn any kid away. So we want to make sure that we give every kid that wants to march an option. So we have a scholarship program. So $225 of the flag route goes to them. $225 of it goes back to your account. Yes?
And this is not a super huge time commitment. It takes about an hour to put them out.
Yeah, about an hour.
Yeah.
That's what
And less to pick them up.
Yeah. It's super easy too, because on the sidewalk is where your flag is supposed to be placed. You stick it in there and move on.
Yeah.
It's maybe 25 flags at most.
Yeah.
So it's super. The only thing that's difficult about this is you have to store the flags. We don't store them on campus, so if you have the availability to do all of this, see Amanda, because our routes fill up quickly. Are we any open right now?
If anybody wants one, I will do my best to fight for one for you. Right now, we will have one available for July 4th.
So, okay. Okay. Okay, so we definitely need you. Like I said, your child's marching season starts in June, so does yours. We need all your time and all your talents. If you are in charge of a program, could you stand up so I can introduce you to people? Okay, so Shauna Powell, what do you do?
I'm in charge of the uniforms, and so I make sure everybody is fitted, and then we wash them every time they wear them. So if you would be willing to help being part of the washing committee, we would love to have you. You would
Steve Darden.
Volunteering for recruit volunteers to be one year. So anything I can do to help helping you much different share people and how
Abby Keel.
Hi, I'm in charge of our first aid and our chaperone, so everywhere band kids go, a chaperone has to go too. To give you an idea of how much we chaperone, we need to cover about 1,300 hours this season. And so we need everybody to chip in. If you just come one part of one day, you're bankrupt, it helps. So, especially if you maybe work from home and have a flexible job, that's even better.
Cool. We need those afternoon people. Sudie and Shevin.
Hey, we are in charge of hospitality. We feed kids, at various events, and we take care of the meal program.
And are you guys doing competitions too?
Yes.
So we have a competition hub too. So realize that when I say June to November, October, Bob hasn't said this yet, but I'm going to let you know right now, all of your Saturdays are booked. So, and the reason being is one will be homecoming, so your kids will want that. But the other ones are, we schedule competitions on Saturdays in October. We try and not take any of your other months. Now, there might be one the first week in November. We don't know yet. But at this point, go ahead and plan that you do not get to do anything on Saturdays in October. Your kid will be here with us. Mr. Casper?
I'll be doing props. So, building the props, transferring the props, putting them up, taking them down, all that stuff.
And that's a big deal. If you have tools and you're handy, we could use your help. We built a ship this last time. We built a ship.
You don't have tools and you are not handy.
We built a ship. I'm just going to keep saying it. We built a ship. Jeremy Powell, who is not here, is our transportation coordinator. You will see our lovely trailers out there. We pull every one of those, our guard trailer, our open trailer, and our 3 big box trailers. We pull those for every competition, and we need trucks to pull those. Jeremy will be your contact for that. Tasha?
Spiritware. So I should be getting some forms on MTK for you to place orders very easily, but if you are having any issues, you can let me know.
We've got, so far for Spiritware, we always do, let's see, does anybody have yes. We have show shirts, show sweatshirts, we have blankets, which are very kindly done by one of our parents, and then the show shirts and everything are done by alumni parents. So everybody pretty much stays with the program. So you're with us for the rest of your lives. You're excited. So did I hit anybody else? Oh, and Amanda is our, that's her.
Jenny and I are fundraising.
Oh, yes. Okay, these are the people that need you the most besides Abby. They get all of our money. And then Sarah.
I am doing all the spirit nights. I'm going to be helping organize all the spirit nights, and we're still looking for help or possibly someone to take on sponsorships because that kind of tanked last year, so that'd be great.
If you like approaching businesses and talking to businesses, we'll advertise all the things for them. We just won't put it on the band uniforms, but we will certainly put it on our Facebook page and all the things if they want to give us support. Oh, and if you are needing a Spanish translator, we now have that, which not every program has. Luz is our Spanish translator for us.
Stand up, Keisha.
Keisha is also our volunteer coordinator, so if you're at Carmel or Woodstock, she will be coming around to find you. Yep. Okay, so transportation needs. This one's a big deal because we're graduating a lot of parents that were pulling our trailers before. You need to be able to haul 5,000-pound capacity. You will also need a trailer brake so that it can hook up into it. So if you don't have either of those, the white trailers are not your jam. You can pull the guard trailer. I did that. It's fun. Lots of fun. You can also, I'm not downplaying it, up the hill. If you want to do the open trailer, we'll make sure that everything's tied down properly so that you don't lose anything. And you can pull that. So if you would like to do that, since Jeremy's not here, let me know, and I will go ahead and let Jeremy know that you're interested in pulling a trailer for us. Make sure that you get your payment in by May 19th. Yes, we will harass you because we need those payments in order to, all that staff that you saw here.
Chrissy will gently remind
harass you. All that staff, we pay them out of our budget. The school district does not pay them. We pay them. And they are doing us a service by letting us use all of their talents, and we need to make sure that we pay them on time. We also have payments due for props. We have payments due for competitions. We have payments, the meal plan does not cover the meal that your child gets during band camp. We do that. If you don't pay your payment in time, we can't feed your kids. So these are all things, this is why we need your payments in on time. And I know I'm harping on the money thing, but this is the only way that our program runs. And this is the only way that we're going to be grand champions again this year. Is if we can get all of this put together. We're excited to have you, all the new people. We are great. Our kids are great. This is, you have a senior. Ruben has an upcoming senior. Senior. Christy? Sophomore. I'm graduating one this year. I have an upcoming junior who does the guard and both guard programs, and I have a 8th grader in waiting. So we stick around for a while. If you have any questions, feel free to even ask any of the alumni parents or the current parents or whatever. They'll put you in the right direction, but we're excited to have you.
If you haven't, check yourself present on that list. If you would just do that before you leave, that'd be great.
Oh, and our next meeting is Tuesday, what was that? Second Tuesday of the month, if you're always looking at it.
We're trying to keep that consistent this year, so second Tuesday of every month.
I know, funny how we're doing that. Tuesday, May 9th. And at that point too, also if you have a band kid, a class band kid, you'll refer to MTK as well. So we'll get you set up on all of that stuff. Okay? Perfect. Thank you for coming tonight.